Hello guys and welcome back. So this is the sim done. It took about 3 minutes for this to simulate, and you can see we have the tendrils progressing nicely, and then they are expanding, and I think we have to make them, for this to look a bit more interesting, I'd like to expand them a little bit more, make them longer, so we can clearly see them splitting apart. At the moment we're not capturing that. Also, the resolution is still low, so we're getting this stepping here effect. But overall, I think it's working, and I think if we retime this to make the beginning a little bit faster, I think it's going to look a lot more interesting. And the only thing that I want to change at the moment is this frame here, this stage. I want to add a little bit more breakup to this, so it's not we don't have this uniform shapes. And the easiest way to do this is actually by breaking up the source itself. So here under after this, I'm going to use a gas field VOP, and let's cancel. I'm going to merge this here, and let's import the source field. Let's bind import that. Let's copy the name, so temp source, and I'm going to generate a noise based on position. It's totally fine, and I'm going to increase pardon me, I'm going to increase the frequency to 5, 5, and 5. I'm going to multiply that and bind export it. Now obviously we're talking about a lot of fine details here, so we definitely have to increase the resolution to capture all of this, but so far what we're doing is just multiplying this by a noise to break it up. And let's actually increase the noise and make it rougher. Okay, and let's sim those few frames again. It's just 10 frames and we'll be able to see what's happening. And we can also add variation to the actual source itself. And it looks like we've changed the data a lot in terms, we've changed the source a lot. So let's copy this. Let's call this temp source. Let's use density as a multiplier. Let's turn this off. Okay. Okay, so it's there, it's broken up, you can see it there, and it's just the value that is much lower now. So we have to change, we have to increase the, we can actually multiply it here, so let's do that. Let's just add a multiplier. And let's expose this, and let's multiply it by 10. And that's too much, so let's try 2. And I think we're gonna have a frame or two where things are trying to catch up to the various steps of the sim, and I think that's totally fine. Once we start shading and add the time blur, the time warp for this beginning, I think everything will look just fine. But yeah, the noise is working now much better. Cool. So we've broken up that, and actually I like this amount a lot better than the other one. You can see here it exploded just there for some reason, well, because of the noise pattern. So that's a very cool effect, and it's happening in various other places as well. So let's increase this to 3. And the noise right now is going between -1 and 1, so actually I'm gonna range this so it doesn't go into the negative range. I'm gonna set it to 0.1 and 1. That way we have everything expanding. It's just various areas will be expanding faster than the others. Yeah, and still we're getting the rounded shape, but that's fine. And I think it's working. Yeah, we're getting a lot of cool details now because of the other processing is kicking in as well. So let's set this to 2. And remember that we're copying the divergence in this node uniformly, so we're just copying the source itself in multiplying it by 10, copying it as it is, which we can animate if we wanted to. So we can have just expansion up until this point and then turn it off. Actually, let's probably do that. Set it to 12, and then here let's set it to 0. And even at a high res setting, we should be able to calculate these frames quickly and get a quick feedback, and then we'll increase the final settings when we do the final sim. Cool, so I'm gonna leave these settings as they are. I'm going to increase the buoyancy just a little bit so it goes up higher. So I'm going to increase this to 12, and then I'm going to increase the resolution of the sim, and I'm going to sim just live here a few frames, and then we'll see how that looks. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in a bit.